The Spyro Reignited Trilogy is here, and to celebrate we're kicking off a new series of videos for the game where we rank aspects such as collectibles, levels, bosses, pretty much anything you can name. We're going to try and rank, usually in a top 5. We're going to kick things off today with the first game, so with that said, welcome to the top 5 dragons in Artisans world. In order to create our top 5, my friend Jake and I will be taking everything into account, ranging from the visuals to the sound of the dragons and their surroundings, and obviously the all-important resemblance to the original, whether that be for good or bad. As I'm sure you know, all the Artisans dragons follow the theme of different artist types. Finally, I took the footage for this video from Prosafia Gaming. I'll leave a link in the description to the video, full of all 80 cutscenes in the description. Right, let's get into it.
Watch the dragonfly, Spyro. His color indicates his power. When he eats butterflies, he stays strong. Like me.
Sure.
In at number 5 is Gavin from Stonehill. When you break it down a little, there's so much to like about this dragon. First of all, we love the start of the cutscene where he's pouring himself coffee or tea or something with his tail. The steam that comes off it looks really nice, and the whole thing helps make Gavin really unique. We're presuming Gavin is styled on a tattoo artist because of the tattoos on him, and the addition just works really well for him. He's clearly been doing some lifting as well, let's be fair, and the tattoos look really cool on him. His overall look is fantastic too. His colour scheme is pretty similar to the original with that dark blue, and his chest is more of an orange in the new game. Additionally, I can't compliment enough how much Toys Bob have brought the "when he eats butterflies he stays strong like me" line to life in this game. Although his voice is very similar to the original in how deep it is, the delivery of this line is a little slower and with a lot more conviction this time around, which really gives him a greater sense of self-confidence. This is further enhancing the new pose he pulls whilst delivering the line. It certainly had a little hint of humour for me, especially considering Spyro's awkward reaction.
Where's Nasty Nork? I'll torch him!
Keep your horns on, Spyro! You have much to learn first. Do you know what the dragonfly following you is doing? His name is Sparks, and he's helping and protecting you. Keep an eye on him and see what I mean.
In at number 4 on this list, we have got Delevan, who looks to be a painter from the Artisans' homeworld. Firstly, we love the fact that his voice is really close to the original, which makes it nice and nostalgic. It's great how he's still telling Spyro to keep his horns on too. Additionally, we think it's brilliant that he's still talking about Sparks, but this has been enhanced by the portrait of Sparks he has in his right hand. Not only does it look really cool, but it brings home the artistic theme of the Artisans dragons as well. Another major highlight of Delevan is the sort of petting he does of Sparks. It's really nice.
Welcome to Town Square, Spyro. Begin exploring by gliding to that area with the bulls. Use the right stick to get a good look.
In at number 3 on our list, we've got Nils from Town Square. Now, Nils makes it on this list because he's probably the most unique dragon in Artisans. Whilst many of the dragons are big with muscles, Nils is incredibly tall and slim. We also think it's brilliant Nils is a sculptor with a really cool sculpture beside him and a hammer and chisel in his hands. Also, as Nils disappears, watch the sculpture fall down. That little touch is great from Toys for Bob. He also sounds and looks really sophisticated with his traditional English accent and posh moustache, which suits his profession very well. What type of moustache is that? Can someone let me know in the comments please? It's bugging me. Anyway, it's really fascinating how in the original Nils and Nesta look really similar, but in the Reignited Trilogy, apart from both being green, they look so different. That links on nicely.
Thank you for releasing me, Spyro. Free 10 dragons in the Artisan world, then find the balloonist. He'll transport you to the next world.
What about Nasty Nork? I'm going after him.
Find dragons first. That's all I can tell you.
Number 2 on this list is Nesta from Artisans' homeworld. Nesta just had to be on this list. He fits the Artisans theme perfectly and appears as what I describe as a crafter. Like pretty much all the dragons, he's visually stunning with the sort of green amulet gem thing around his chest, which signifies his importance, a particular highlight for myself. It's a great addition of detail. Nesta is the leader of the Artisans dragons and the first dragon you'll free in the Reignited Trilogy. He looks like and acts like a leader too. His strength is shown in his strong pose, and if there's a dragon gym, he's definitely been hitting it. I've read some strange comments about this dragon and how people are considering him husband material. I love the internet sometimes, it's an interesting place. Additionally, he brings composure to the situation with his calm guiding voice, which sets Spyro off on his mission to free all the dragons. This guy is so composed, just look how he brushes himself off once he's freed. The very basic appearance of Nesta is similar to the original. He's still essentially a green dragon, and even though his wings may be a little brighter in the Reignited Trilogy, he's very familiar in his basic appearance. Interestingly, Nesta is almost unique in the way he sounds, incredibly similar to his original voice. I mean, is it the same guy?
Spyro, did you see a man dressed in blue running around here? He's a thief, and he's stolen a dragon egg. You've got to track him down and get that egg. Run, run! I'm getting a little winded.
And finally, taking first place on our list, we've gone for Alva from Town Square. First of all, we think he looks really nice with his fiery skin, and his detail and crouch pose when he finally calms down about the dragon egg, that is. He really comes across as an elder dragon. However, it's the voice acting behind Alva which really brings him to life and gives him top spot on our list. We really can't say enough good things about this. He sounds so angry about the dragon, and the way he gets super emotive at the end when shouting, "Run, run!" really demonstrates he was angry about the whole thing. Finally, at the end of his lines where he gets out of breath and claims he's getting a little winded is quite amusing. My description honestly doesn't do the quality of the voice acting enough justice here, it just really brings Alva to life. Also, the fact he breathes a little fire is absolutely amazing too. So there are our top 5 dragons from Artisans World. We had 16 to choose from, so it was really difficult to compile this list. What do you think to our list though? It's very unlikely you agree with exactly what we've said, so be sure to leave your top 5 dragons in Artisans down in the comments below. If you have enjoyed this video, also be sure to like and subscribe to the channel for plenty more lists like this, Spyro content, and more gaming content. Also, our top 5 dragons in Peacekeepers will be out in the next day or so, so make sure you stay tuned for that. Thank you so much for your time today, and I'll see you in another video soon.